This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. We are here on a hot afternoon in Trinity Bellwoods Park with none other than Alessio Planeta, all the way from Sicily. How are you today, sir?
I'm okay. I'm very happy to be here and to do this interview in this wonderful place.
Yeah. Now, we are in the middle of this farmer's market. It's a very warm day, and you're here visiting us. For those people who don't know that much about the wines that your family have been making since 1985, please tell us a little about the history.
Well, Sicily, you know, is an island in the middle of Mediterranean. Mediterranean was the place where the wine started to travel around the world. For some people, men start to produce wine 5,000 years before Christ in Anatolia and Georgia near the Monte Ararat. And from that area start to move around the world. And of course, Mediterranean was the center of the development of wine. And Sicily was in the middle. So viticulture arrived in Sicily many times ago. And Sicily, being in the center of the sea, was an island with so many different civilizations, so many different people that dominate us, influence our culture, and also in the wine we have a lot of influence from all over the world. And Sicily is a place where we have a lot of native grapes that I think are very interesting. We have a very different climate. People sometimes think about Sicily like a place with like a warm place, but Sicily is much more green than people.
Right.
It's lovely. The weather in Sicily is, very. For me, that I travel quite a lot, is the best in the world.
Right. Okay.
Not so cold in winter time and not too hot in summertime. And so the vineyards like to grow there.
Now, there are a lot of vineyards there because Sicily is the second largest growing region in Italy, is it not?
Yes, in terms of surface of vineyards, we are the biggest.
Yes.
In terms of quantity of wine, we're the second. But to give you an idea, Sicily is 20% of Italian wine. Italy is, with Spain and France, still the biggest producer in the world. But Sicily now is big like Chile, so it's quite big. And when I was a student in the 90s, I remember that Sicily was bigger than Australia. So we are a big supplier, big producer of wine.
I don't think too many people realize that. That's very, very interesting. Now, your family's winery, tell us the story behind that.
Yeah, my family is based in Sicily since a century, arriving from Spain. This is why my surname is a little bit Spanish,
yes.
Planeta, in the 16th century. And we have a farm in the southwest of Sicily. And this is the place where we start. It was in the southwest of Sicily, where the place where we arrived from Spain. And it is where we start. May I show a map to the camera a little bit? So this is Sicily. And this is where we start, in the southwest of Sicily.
Right, okay.
In the area of Sambuca, Sicily and Menfi, not far from the coast. Here you have Palermo, the capital. Here you have Messina. Here you have Etna and the volcan. So we start here in the middle of 80s. We plant the vineyards, and in 95 we've done the first harvest and the first winery. But what we've done that was a little bit crazy was that immediately after this, in 97, 98, we start to explore Sicily, try to produce some other wine in Sicily, because wherever you are in Sicily you produce different wines because you have different variety, climate and soil. So we went first to Vittoria here in the southeast,
yes.
Then to Noto, then to the Etna area, and the last project is in Capo Milazzo. In each of these places we have done first the vineyards, some years after the winery, and some years after again the wine.
So is that 6 different wineries you have?
Exactly. We are not a big winery. We are like a collection of small wineries. It seems to be crazy, but it's not crazy because every area produces different wine. And this is, for me, is richness of Sicily. It's an island, but in this island we have 20 different local grapes and 50 antique grapes that we are studying. And when we really, will explore this variety, this will be really a revolution because the variability that is in this variety is enormous. Another interesting thing is also the difference of climate and soil. To give you an idea, the harvest in Sicily starts the first week of August on the west with some early, with Chardonnay.
Yes.
And we finish the last week of October on the Etna with Nerello Mascalese, so 3 months harvest. We have an harvest of 3 months. This is something that is quite unique. And so I start my harvest in August in Menfi, and 1 month and a half later I go to Vittoria, then I go to Noto, and I finish on the Etna exhausted after 3 months.
Now, this may be a difficult question to answer, considering you have 6 different wineries with all these different soil types and all of these different grape varietals. But how would you describe your family's wines? Is there a certain style you can speak of, a certain house branding you could talk of?
Well, what we have done is try to make in each area wine that show terroir, show the area, show the history, and try to transform my sensation when I went there to find a place in a wine. So every wine is a different product. Every winery makes different wines, and so this is our project since the beginning here, and we also. Now we produce something like 23 different labels, but why? Because every area makes different wines. This is completely not easy to describe, but the best way is to visit Sicily to understand how big are the differences here.
And you have different cuisines in different parts of Sicily also.
Yes, depending where you are, we have completely different cuisine. For example, on the west part, where the Arab influence will be more stronger, the more classic plate is couscous.
Yes, yeah.
That is done in the Sicilian way. You have a lot of fish and vegetables on the coast here. You have much more meat on the southeast part. They have a tradition of meat.
And what kind of meats are we talking about then?
We have a lamb for sure. But not big like the lamb that we have here. It'll be more Sicilian, the press, and so a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And we have some sausage also, and of course beef. We have any kind of meat there. But what is very interesting in Sicily is fresh food, because we grow like for 12 months many different vegetables, and so where you have many different vegetables. And the influence here is much more on the fish again when you go on the coast, on the area of Taormina, on the area of the coast. And the north it will be more. In the north we have some area where they have mushroom. They have a much more a mountain cuisine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because all the northern part of Sicily are mountains. Some are very high. Some are very high. Yeah.
How do you think the wines of Sicily are recognized around the world today?
Well, I think that even if Sicily is, we produce wine since 25th century, we are an emerging region, because people start to be interested in Sicily in the last 10, 12 years. And if at the beginning there was an interest in general Sicily, now they are interested in the particular area. For example, now there is a lot of interest in the Etna wine, wines from the Balkan that are very often on the media. There is an interest in the Nero d'Avola like a variety, because Nero d'Avola is a flag of Sicilian grape. And there is also quite a good interest in some French grapes grown in Sicily. That is, for me, one of the most interesting area in Italy to grow some of this. For example, for sure two of this variety, Chardonnay and Syrah, grows very well in Sicily. So we can, having us a big vineyard, all Sicily is 100,000 hectares of vineyards. Of course, will be maybe in the future we will grow only Nero d'Avola and local grapes. But now there is some space for a little bit of French grapes that shows very well and grows very well here in Sicily.
Excellent. Well, we are going to be tasting some of your wines later this evening over dinner, I believe. I'm very much looking forward to that. Thank you, Alessio, for joining us at Good Food Revolution today in the Farmers Market in Trinity Bellwoods Park. Bye for now.
Thank you very much to you and to all people, and see you later for the testing.